Marcus Semien to the Rangers. 7-year deal is the reported information coming from Robert Murray. He was the first one on it. Marcus Semien to the Rangers. Rangers make a big splash. We do not have the dollar amount yet, but we'll hang out here and we will wait. We will track it and see what the dollar amount is. Obviously, he has to pass a physical. There's things that could happen here, but I'm kind of surprised. Surprised because we haven't. I mean, other than Starling Marte, none of the other big bats seemed close to signing. This Marcus Semien to the Rangers kind of comes out of nowhere. Usually we get a couple hours notice. John Morosi or John Heyman will go on and say something's close to somewhere. We heard the Rangers had been in the mix on a lot of different free agents, kicking the tires on Trevor Story and others, and they go and they do the Marcus Semien thing here. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a ton of energy, but I wanted to come on and talk with you guys and get your opinions, your thoughts on this whole thing before I basically, my head falls on the desk and I pass out because I'm running out of energy here on a day. So we got Heyman tweeting, Yankees showed interest in Semien, but stopped short of 7 years. Texas wanted to upgrade offense, and it's off to a good start. I'll say this about the Rangers again. We'll find out the dollar amount. The dollar amount is going to be high. But what we know about the Rangers, okay, go out and make 3 more of these deals. Otherwise, this deal means little because the Rangers are not going to be ready to win in that American League West for a while. That's just my opinion on that. So let's put some hashtags in here on the description. Rangers, hashtag Semien, hashtag MLB, I guess. So we get Semien to the Rangers on the 7-year deal. I am surprised too, CC Gaming. I am surprised because I really felt that the Blue Jays would have a shot. They don't. Okay, that's fine. There's other areas that the Blue Jays can improve the bats, but I just get Rangers fans. Any Rangers fans that are coming in the channel feeling excited about Semien, congratulations. But tell me this. Who else? There's no pitching in Texas. There's no pitching in Texas. 7-year deal, Marcus Semien's going to go. Okay, again, Semien is a stud. Rangers fans, come on in. Tell me, what are you feeling about this deal? Big boy, you felt it was Mariners. Mariners made sense. Who do you think the Mariners are going to sign? The Mariners, I still think the Mariners go for Story. I think they either go for Story or they go for Bryant, is my feeling. Suzuki's off the table for the Rangers. It can't be. I say this about the Rangers. The Rangers, congratulations. We're going to probably find out. It's probably $25 million AAV for the first half of the contract, and then the second half of the contract, it'll be like $35 million. But you need more. There just is not enough right now. They need more. They need a lot more. We have talked about the fact that I felt the wiser play would be to go and invest that money. Whatever they're giving Marcus Semien, they could have gotten 2 quality players. They get a superstar. They get a stud. They get a guy coming off the best season a second baseman has ever had. Great. But what do they have around it? This is the pitching for the Rangers. Dunning, Allard, King, Hearn, Howard, Otto, and Alexi. You don't love that. I hope they go out and they can sign Gausman and Scherzer. Nate Lowe, I'm sorry. Dealing with the AL East for as many years, and Brandon Lowe, every time I see an LOWE, I want to say Lowe. But you got Nate Lowe, who had a nice start to last year, but then that fell off. Kiner Falefa's okay. Avisail Garcia is good. I would rather have 2. Again, let me know what you think. Let's see. 0989 thought he was going to the Giants. Carl, I thought Semien would have been a perfect fit for the Yankees. Kluber also signed with the Rays. Big boy. Yep, we did see that earlier. That was in our predictions. That's one prediction I got right. And we got the big Buxton extension. That also happened within about, a half hour? I was recording a Scherzer video, which I will upload once I'm done with this live stream. And I started the Scherzer video, and the Buxton deal was going down. And then I finished the Scherzer video, and we have the Semien deal. So in a very tight window, we get two big pieces of news. Today's been a busy day. The Kluber deal, the Buxton extension, now the Semien deal, and I don't think we're done. Robert, Philly's just sitting back and doing nothing. Team who has not made the playoffs in almost 11 years. It's early, though, Robert. There's a lot of players out there. The Phillies have been mentioned with some players, so I don't worry yet, Phillies fans. I think you're going to do something. I am surprised, Cerrutos. I am surprised about the Rangers. I am surprised, Rangers fans. If there are any Rangers fans in here, comment in the chat. I want to know. Hockey Kid. Semien also had a loaded lineup, which the Rangers don't have. Agree. You can pitch around him. This can't be the only move the Rangers make. The Rangers need to now follow it up and add Chris Bryant. If the Rangers are going to make this Semien deal mean anything, they need to add Chris Bryant, and then they need to go get two starting pitchers. The Rangers go get Marcus Stroman and go get go snag Kevin Gausman. All right, then the Rangers. That is what the Rangers need to do to compete for the AL West next year. They need to go get those players. Semien, okay, that's great, but who's going to protect him? Nick Solak? I don't know if Solak's going to do it. I don't know. I don't see it. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa? Again, they have some okay players, but it's just a couple. I really, when I look at the Rangers lineup, I like two of their guys. So the Yankees are out. Everybody is out. It is done. We're just waiting for the numbers now. Here we go. 7 years, $175 million is the number that Jeff Passan just tweeted out. Heyman also tweeting out 7 for $175. Now, if that ends up being the number, we'll wait. We have to wait and see because the numbers are getting backed up all the time. 7 for $175 is the number that we just had tweeted out by Passan and Heyman. So it's Semien to the Rangers. Am I drinking beers and watching? I have. I've been drinking NyQuil and stuff with caffeine to try to have some energy and try to sleep. If you know what I'm going through right now. Corey Seager, Robert. We don't have any new information on Corey Seager. It is all about Semien. What we've heard today is that Scherzer and Gausman are likely to sign before December 1st. We got the information on Buxton. We got the Corey Kluber signing, and we got this. Matthew Jones, hard pass on that. If it's true, the 7 for $175 is what it sounds like. So how they will break that out is interesting. Again, I still think that is going to be backloaded. I think you'll have a chunk of that money. That's an AAV at 25, but you know the first couple years are going to be 20. Chris, just subscribe. Chris, thank you for subscribing. Anybody that is just coming in, if you're just finding the channel, make sure to like and to subscribe. This channel is all about baseball. So if baseball's one of your things, make sure to subscribe. This is a good place for you. So we are, Carl, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Blue Jay, it's getting more and more likely. The Blue Jays got to get their pitchers back if this is what's going on. Mark Feinstein tweeting, with Marcus Semien headed to the Rangers, the first domino in the shortstop market has fallen. The expectation is that Javi Baez will be next, which could leave Correa, Seager, and Story still up for grabs. And Baez has been in talks with the Tigers most recently. Will Baez go back to the Mets? Will Baez go to the Tigers? So, again, talking about the numbers, it's looking like it's 7 for $175, which breaks out to $25 a year. But don't be surprised if maybe there's 10 of that wrapped up in a signing bonus. Maybe a chunk of that ends up on the back end of the contract to where maybe the first couple of years he's getting 15 to 20. And then it's the back half of that contract where the AAV gets up over 30. They'll break it out. We'll find out what the breakout is. Can Story to the Rangers still happen? EV Auto Sales, I doubt it. But as I mentioned about the Rangers offense with their situation, you've got, you could use it. You need it. If the Rangers, Marcus Semien on the Rangers, in my opinion, and I'm not trying to offend any Ranger fans or take any air out of the room for the Ranger fans, just Marcus Semien to the Rangers does not make them a contender in the American League West. I don't even know if it makes them a wild card contender. I am not, again, trying to suck the air out of the room for the Ranger fans or throw shade or be hateful or anything. There needs to be more. It is why last week I was talking about take that money and go sign 2 players. Take the $25 million a year, put 15 to somebody, put 10 to somebody else, get 2 players for that same amount of money to improve your team. Velocity just subscribed. Velocity, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. Do you think Correa could stay in Houston? I still think that's the case. I know that they've talked about the Tigers have fallen out because the Tigers don't want to go to $300 million, and that's what Correa is asking for. Look what Semien just got. Semien just got essentially $25 million a year. They'll probably mess around with the numbers. It'll be 20 for a few years, then it'll be 30 for the last couple of years. But that's the number. So that almost, I know he's older, right? He's 2 or 3 years older than the other guys, but that almost sets the AAV for some of these players. So how can Carlos Correa say, I want 10 for 300 when Marcus Semien just got 7 for 175? I don't think it could happen. I don't think it's going down that way. 7 for 175, we do have confirmation from Rosenthal. So 7 for 175 is the confirmed number. What do I think about Stroman? I think Stroman's got a lot of suitors. Garrett Knowles, you like the thought Suzuki coming to Atlanta? That's, one of the teams that have been narrowed down to, at least early on here in the early days, for sure. I agree, Zachary. I think it's a bit long of a deal. I think 7 for 175 is tough because let's take a look at Marcus Semien's numbers. He's going to be entering his age 31 season. So you're going to have him till he's 38. Are you going to be getting a lot of production out of Marcus Semien at 38 and 37? He's coming off a career year. They are paying for the career year. Marcus Semien, who was hitting behind? Hey, anybody, real quick, let me check. Who was hitting behind Marcus Semien in that Blue Jays lineup? Who was it? It was the MVP runner-up, Vladdy. There's nobody like that in the Rangers lineup to hit behind him. So it's just, you know what I mean? That's my feeling on that. Apollo Sports, I don't know about this deal. I don't know about it either. Again, not trying to take any air out of the room for the Rangers fans that are excited. You got a great player. You got a stud. You got the second runner-up, the third place MVP finisher from this past season. A great year. Love Marcus Semien. He's a great player. He's a great teammate. The problem is you need 4 more pieces. And can they go and get it right now? I don't know if they can do it. That's the question in my opinion. Tyler, I think Suzuki to the Giants 120 for 7. Let's see. 175 is way too much. I go ham. I think it's a year too far. If they went for 6 years, I'd be okay. Jeff Passan tweeting out right now, Rangers aren't done. Even though they got Marcus Semien, they are still in the Trevor Story sweepstakes. They went into this winter with money to spend. They got a whole lot better with Semien. So, if they are able to pair Semien and Story, then the lineup starts to put together. This has to be, if you're a Rangers fan, if you're looking at the Rangers, this has to be one of a few moves that are coming. And it can't just be with the lineup. They got to get the pitching. They need to get the pitching. Again, let me give you the last names of the pitchers. Dunning, Allard, King, Hearn, Howard, Otto, Alexi. It's not going to work. That's not going to work. Clayton Kershaw would be a nice start. They need to get some more. Mets talk with Hank. Good to see you, man. 7 for 175. You feeling pretty good about the deal? I think it's a year too long, in my opinion. I think it is a year too long. Now it's what they had to give him to probably get him away from Toronto and from the other suitors that were going for him. They probably had to give that extra year. And listen, if you're a GM and you're making these deals and you're going all in right now, you might not be on the team in 7 years. You could be fired. It could be somebody else's problem. So in that case, whatever. If you're still the GM of this ball club at the end of the contract and you're dealing with that, maybe that's a good problem to have. How much more do the Rangers have, EV? Well, we don't know exactly. I don't believe they've made it perfectly clear how much they're going to be spending this offseason. But we know that until Semien, I believe it was just Jose Leclerc that was on contract that actually had a guaranteed contract with the team beyond the 2022 season. So they had no contracts. They got a lot of pre-arbitration guys. They got a lot of guys in early arbitration. So they have money to spend. My point is they need to go and do a couple more moves before they're done. And Jeff Passan saying that they're still in on the Trevor Story because they can't be done. They absolutely can't be done. This move alone is not it. We also have some breaking news. Free agent outfielder Avisail Garcia in agreement with the Marlins on a 4-year contract. So the Marlins get their outfielder, Avisail Garcia, 4 years, $53 million for Garcia. We should just switch the name of this to Hot Stove Watch at this point. If this is how the rest of today is going to be, we should just leave the stream up and just watch the moves that are coming in. So we have Avisail Garcia. The Marlins needed outfield help. They needed the improvement. This hurts the Brewers. The Brewers really need some help. Avisail Garcia, 4 for 53 is a good deal for him. Good back. Avisail Garcia coming off a career year last year. So a good move by them. It is definitely a hot stove right now for sure, young baller. Again, everybody that is in here live, we're over 300 people. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming in. Make sure to hit that like if you're excited about the hot stove. If the hot stove does it for you, if baseball is one of your things, make sure to hit that like. We're really breaking down the Ranger situation with Marcus Semien and what it means. And again, we have really the most recent breaking news is Garcia to the Marlins, which again, that's a good deal. That is a good deal. B Squirrel's about to subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate that, my man. I appreciate it. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. I sound better, Marco? Do I sound better? I don't feel better. I really don't. I was recording. Anybody that's, again, just finding the channel, typically go live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. And I was recording a Clayton Kershaw video that I will be uploading once I'm done live. I was running out of energy doing that thing. So just the energy is low, very low right now. But so we got Garcia, we got Semien, we got Garcia. Let's see, Bob Nightingale tweeting out. So, asterisk all over the place right now. The 7-year, $175 million deal with the Rangers doesn't include a no-trade or opt-out clause, but no real need with that kind of guarantee. Shane, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. Thank you for subscribing. Anybody that's just finding us for the first time, if baseball is one of your things, this is a good place for you to be. So no opt-out. It's interesting because how many of these deals are we finding opt-outs? Now, Marcus Semien, if he was going to try to get an opt-out, it would probably be after year 2 or 3 to try to get out and maybe hop on with a team that is maybe in a winning direction if the Rangers are not by then. But financially, he would have a tough time in his mid-30s to go and get the same AAV that he's got with the Rangers. So, but we've seen a lot of deals that have a player opt out after 3 or 4 years. Again, Semien's age would prevent that from happening on this one. Read some of your comments. What Garcia? Avisail Garcia. Sorry about that, Ben. It is Avisail Garcia. Shane, thank you for subscribing. Velocity, thank you for subscribing. Chris, thank you for subscribing. Everybody that has subscribed in the last couple minutes that I guess my alert popped up for, thank you for subscribing. And anybody that, if there was no alert, I appreciate you for subscribing. Angels next, Jesse Grist. That's the question. What is next? It does feel like it's the 12-1 deadline is sort of forcing a lot of people here. Krong has just subscribed. Krong, welcome to Ballcap Nation. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know, SHF, the word with the last word we heard on Gausman. Mr. Bo Productions, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. The word we heard on Gausman is that negotiations were going well with he and the Giants. So maybe Lakers 2020 has just subscribed. Lakers 2020. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. Thank you for subscribing. So we kind of wait and see what happens with the Gausman situation. Ken Rosenthal tweeting, the 7th year was likely the separator for Rangers with Semien. Predictions entering the offseason, most were around 5 or 6 years with the prediction. He gets exactly what he wants. The Blue Jays were not going to give him that. The Blue Jays were not going to give Semien that because the Blue Jays have 2 very big, high-priced items that they're going to have to be paying for within the next couple of years. So they could not be bogged down by Marcus Semien's contract when he's in his late 30s, and they're trying to find the money to make sure they've locked up Vladdy and they've locked up Bo. So passing on Semien is the right choice. What can the Blue Jays do next? Any Jays fans that are bummed out about this? The Jays can still make a trade for Jose Ramirez. Spartan Mike has just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. So the Blue Jays could still go out and try to swing a trade for Jose Ramirez. They could try to swing a trade for Matt Chapman. The Blue Jays could get into the Chris Bryant sweepstakes. Eric Clute has just subscribed. Eric, welcome to Ballcap Nation. Thank you for subscribing. So you have a situation with the Blue Jays and what they could do next. They've got plenty of options. And they don't have to go the trade route because, again, Chris Bryant is still out there. Eduardo Escobar would have been a nice deal, but Eduardo Escobar's with the Mets. So it's really Chris Bryant if you're the Blue Jays and you're looking at third base options or second base options. I don't see the Blue Jays getting in on Story. I don't see the Blue Jays getting in on Correa. I don't see them getting in on Seager. I think those markets are kind of where they are. But I could see them getting in on Bryant. I don't see them getting in on Baez. Baez could be the second baseman for the Jays, right? You get Boat short. You can move Baez to second. So I feel like there is an opportunity for the Blue Jays to, again, see if you can get a dialogue going with Chris Bryant. And if you can't, then you start looking at the trades. The Blue Jays need to replace that production. I think it's very important. I'm a fan of Kevin Biggio getting his job back, giving Kevin second base, moving somebody else to third. Joshua Pinson, welcome to Ballcap Nation. Thank you for subscribing, Joshua. So I think that there's options there for the Jays, and they focus on third baseman. And really, after Chris Bryant, who we know likes to play outfield, Marco, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. We'll see what they end up doing there. Let me check in and see what some of you guys are saying. What's up, MLB Joey? Good to see you. Ben, Ketel Marte, he's better than Semien Marte, one of the most underrated guys in the league. AJ Palacios, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. Ketel Marte, I think it will cost, you might think I'm crazy. SF Asher, welcome to Ballcap Nation. Thank you for subscribing. I think it will cost the Blue Jays more to try to get Ketel Marte. Or, no, let me back it up. Back it up. I glitch sometimes. That was a glitch. Paul, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. I think the Diamondbacks will be asking for a similar haul to what J-Ram is going to be asking for. And I say that because of the contract situation. Jose Ramirez, 2 more years left under control. Ketel Marte has a really nice contract for 3 or 4 more years. Craig, not. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. So I think you have a spot where Ketel Marte, yeah, he's nice. He's versatile. I think the Diamondbacks are going to be asking for way too much for him. What about Schwarber? Schwarber is certainly in the mix. William, you like Chris Taylor for the Jays? That's not a bad idea. I'm okay with that. He's not going to give you... Here's a problem. The ceiling for Chris Taylor is what we saw last year, in my opinion. Chris Taylor's ceiling was achieved last year. Nah, I want to shoot higher. I think that there are players with a higher ceiling that the Jays could go and get. Lauren, the idea of Schwarber, thinking about Schwarber for Toronto, Problem with Schwarber right now is there's nowhere to play him. Vladdy's your first baseman. Your outfield, you have 4 outfielders. So unless they're trading away Grichuk or Gurriel as a part of a Jose Ramirez trade, there's nowhere for Schwarber to play for the Toronto Blue Jays. Can you see Correa signing with the Rangers? Rich V2. Listen, they're saying, Jeff Passan has tweeted that the Rangers are not done, that they are still in on the Trevor Story sweepstakes. So, if they're still in on Story, then they're obviously not out on Carlos Correa. So, certainly, there is a chance that you have Semien at second base for the Rangers, and they try to get shortstop Correa or Story. At least that's the word, is that they're not done. Ethan, I'm not sure who's going to trade for Kimbrel. There's a lot of teams that could trade for Kimbrel. FaZe Fries, I'm a Rangers fan. FaZe Fries, perfect. I want Rangers fans in here. FaZe Fries, comment, what else do you want? You're a Rangers fan. You're close to the situation. What else do you need? I think you need a lot of pitching because I feel like you've got a lot of young kids, Dunning, Allard, Otto, Howard, unproven guys that you cannot try to win the AL West with. So, FaZe, I want to hear from you, man. Any other Ranger fans, what do you think you need? I think you need a ton of pitching help. I don't love your bullpen either. The bullpen last year was okay. Wasn't an Achilles heel, wasn't a strength. Theodore, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. So we're watching for FaZe, we're watching for any other Ranger fans. I want to know what you think you need. Because I feel like and then you also need a couple of more bats. Rich, as a Rangers fan, love it. Again, comment, Ranger fans, what do you want? What else do you need? Kyle Seager should sign with the Rangers until their prospects are ready. A 1-year deal. I want to know what Rangers fans think about that. Rangers fan here in Dallas, you want Rodon, Kershaw, Castellanos, and a relief pitcher. That's they got to do it. And there you go. I mean, Aaron calling it. That's exactly what needs to happen. Carlos Rodon, Clayton Kershaw. I think you need one more. I hate to say I think you need one more starter after that, but you might. Castellanos with that. I think it's good. Kyle, good to see. I wish Marcus the best, but Jays were not giving that kind of contract. Glad he's not. Yeah, it's a good call. I mean, the talk about Semien maybe going to the Yankees, Jays fans, that would have been a tough one to swallow for him to go to the rival, the team that you're trying to beat for that division. We did see the Buxton signing with the Twins. I think it's a fair deal because of his injury history. I've seen some people on Twitter saying it's a steal for the Twins, but come on. How much of that time is he actually going to be healthy? They're almost taking a risk. Emmanuel just found out the jaw dropped. Yeah, it's a crazy one. Jay's definitely not done. Leon, that could be in the mix. Semien leaving Toronto opens up a door for the Blue Jays to do things, to make moves. Again, remember to like and subscribe. Anybody that's excited, Rangers fans, if you're here hanging out, if you're excited that Semien is on your team, hit that like, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, Merlinful has just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Merlinful. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to our community. And most importantly, welcome to Ballcap Nation, my man. Where do I think Zach Greinke lands? I've made a prediction. I think he goes to the Braves. Dylan, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. Jason, any rumors for Detroit? What we've heard most recently for Detroit is Javi Baez is in their sights. That Correa might be too much. Dank in a Tank, love that name, has just subscribed. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. Love that name. Any news for the Dodgers? We just know that the Dodgers are in the mix, one of the final teams for Scherzer. Dollar amount for the Rangers, 7 years, $175 million. No name. That is the deal. Red Sox still could get some players. I think the Red Sox could get a pitcher. I like the idea of the Red Sox bringing back some old faces. John Lester, Joe Kelly. I like the Red Sox to do that. Those aren't big, sexy moves, but I like that. Astros need to sign an elite shortstop. Well, we'll see, Apollo. I think you could get by for a year with Andrelton Simmons at shortstop. No, I don't know if anybody wants to hear their team mentioned as an Andrelton Simmons suitor, but I do think that for 1 year, Simmons could fill the gap either for one of your rookies. St. Tony, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. For one of the rookies you got down in the minors, because you got 2 middle infielders in the top 5 in the organization, or top 10 that could be ready soon. Or maybe they go out and make a move in a year or two. Umanilero. I'm sorry I butchered that, but thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. No, not Dream, Anthony Volpe, Oswaldo Perez, Luke Voigt, Estevan Florial, and 2 10-20 for Olsen and Chapman. I've talked about it. The Yankees have the prospects. They have the pieces to go on and get Matt Olson, but they're not going to do it until Rizzo or Freeman are off the board. Then they will go and try to make that trade. Matt Olson's going nowhere until those other first basemen are off the board, because you can go and get that need taken care of. Jeff Passan tweeting, the madness is just beginning. This is going to be a whale of a 24 hours. And quite frankly, guys, I agree. You can thank this CBA December 1, 11/59/59 deadline. Blue Jays hot stove tweeting, the Jays still are not in on Carlos Correa. Yeah, I don't, it's just not there right now. Ken Lee, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcat Nation. Chelston, you're sad. It's going to be okay. The Blue Jays are going to do something. They are going to make a couple of moves. I think it's going to be okay. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Jays get a deal done before the 12-1 deadline. Avisail is headed to Miami. Josh, we did talk about that. That is the other breaking news. Avisail Garcia, not the big one is Semien. But yes, Avisail Garcia getting his deal from Miami, and that's a great pickup for them. It's a veteran bat. They needed his presence. They needed his bat. I like Garcia going to Miami. There was talk about them getting in on the Nick Castellanos sweepstakes. This might rule them out of the Nick Castellanos sweepstakes, but Garcia, a nice addition. Sheldon Kelly has just subscribed. Sheldon, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to our community, and welcome to Ballcat. That was a surprise to me. Moving him out, I think opens up the door. Maybe the Padres get in on Castellanos. I mean, maybe the Padres, the pitching situation, I think they're going to hold with what they got, but they probably make an upgrade with the bats. Kyle, Jays will get some deals done, and the fan base seems to be okay with it. Trust the front office. Yes, we trust the front office right now from a Blue Jays perspective. Ketel Marte, we got some more Ketel Marte love. Carl X plays, welcome. We got some buffering going on. We might, guys, if we fall out, I apologize for that. Hopefully we'll come back. But you guys in the chat, if you can still hear me, let me know when we come back. Oh, boy. Can you hear me? Keep going, guys. If you're in there and you can hear me, then great. If you can't, let me see. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Out of the park baseball 22.
7 for 175 is the number. Looks like we might be good. We're good? Hope we're good. Yeah, I see the lag now. We're back. Okay, I'm seeing some comments that we're back. So, let me update this, by the way, actually. That was close. We dropped out once before. That was close. For $175 million. All right. Jay's going to make a deal with the Marlins. Any other team other than the Mets offer $45 million per year? I don't know if anyone's going to go $45 million per year. Marco, who are we talking about? Dominoes are starting to fall. That is for sure. crazy. Seager money. Seager's going to be interesting. Jordan, no thanks on Greinke in Atlanta, but could the Braves go after Rodon? Could Tom Marte trade for Olsen? If Freddie walks, sure. I think they could go in on Olsen. I have such a delay. I apologize first and foremost, guys. The delay for me and the chat is just brutal. So I apologize for the delay on the chat. You guys say something and I feel like I don't see it till a minute or two later. It's frustrating. Yeah, that's just... All right. Let's see. Owen, do I think the Jays could get Corey Seager? I don't see that happening, Owen. I don't see that happen. Lauren, take care. Batista get retired? Yeah, I think he will. Damien, even losing Semien, our lineup is still sick. It is. I still think the Jays need to replace that production somehow. Let's see. As a Rangers fan, this will help with other signings. It should, and there need to be more signings. That is for sure. All right, guys, we are having some tough time with the lag right now. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to try to look into this. I'm not sure what's going on. Good tea, nice house, Brian to the Jays. I think they get in the mix on that for sure. Tyler, do I think Giants offering $150 for 7 is fair? Yeah. I don't think they have to go that high. Lauren, you like Chris Taylor to the Red Sox? There's a lot of hype behind Taylor to the Red Sox, and that could certainly be in play. Dave, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate that. Mets fan here. I'm one of the hey man, I appreciate that. Coming from a Mets fan, thank you. I appreciate that, Dave. Shaq, Jays Entertainment, Stroman should return to Toronto. We will see. We will see. I don't know. There's some talk about some clubhouse issues in the past. I don't know. We'll see. Everybody hit that like if you haven't yet. We're at 129. Can we get this thing up to 150? If you haven't used your like yet, can you hit that like? Get us to 150. It's really, if you want to show your support for the stream, appreciation, hitting that like is the best way to do it. So hit that like if you haven't used your like yet. Can Semien pitch? Evil Otto. There you go. That's my whole point. The Rangers need to add the pitching because they don't have the pitching. They're not even close. Not even close. They do need to get some more arms in there. James Moore, big mistake on Semien's part. The Rangers are not ready to win yet. And Semien, I don't know what's in his head, but he's going where the money is. And again, Dave, thank you for the super chat. I want to say that one more time. So where he ends up going, obviously he was going for the money. The Rangers are not as close to winning right now. The Rangers with Semien, I still think they're behind Seattle and Houston. They're right there with the Angels, neck and neck with the Angels. They need to make more moves. Passan has said that the Rangers are still in on Story. They need to be. They also need to be in on, it was commented earlier, they need to be in on Rodon and Kershaw. They need to be in on Castellanos. They need to be in on everybody because for them to make an impact, Nancy, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. For them to make an impact, they have to go out and they have to add more than just Marcus Semien. It can't just be Semien. Peter C's, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. We're jumped to 178 likes, guys. That's awesome. Thank you for that. I appreciate you showing your support for the channel as I try to find the strength to get through this thing. Apollo Sports, so I think Kiermaier will get traded. I do. And if anybody's wondering what that comment means, I am dealing with the virus. If you know what the virus is, then you know what I'm dealing with, and that's what we're pushing through on that. Finding energy in places. Hey Jim, what do you think? Gurriel plus to the Reds for Gray, Moustakas, or Castillo? I don't want anything to do with Luis Castillo right now. Sonny Gray, I wouldn't give up Gurriel for Sonny Gray. I would want to give up a couple of prospects that haven't shown it yet. Moustakas, I would like to get Moustakas for not much. That's my thought on that, Hassan. Good question, though. Marco, Mets will sign John Gray. I like the idea of the Mets signing John Gray. I think that's a great deal. I think that would be a great deal for the Mets. John Gray's a good pitcher. Would love to see him get out of that Colorado thin air and see what he could do. Dylan, I do think there's a very good chance if J. Ram gets traded, the odds-on favorite for where he's going has to be the Blue Jays. Has to be. Thank you, Apollo. We probably will see, though, these trades hold off, right? I don't see any trades going down until these free agents are off the board. And with this CBA thing, could push the trades off. Any idea on who was available for second base for the White Sox? Josh, I really thought that the White Sox were going to make a push. I mean, they were making a push for Semien, so the White Sox were one of the teams that missed out on Semien, and I thought they'd be a perfect landing destination for Eduardo Escobar, because Escobar can also play second. Maybe the White Sox go out and make a trade for previously mentioned Mike Moustakas. They got to do something at second base now after not giving Hernandez, not picking up that option, and trading away the future in Nick Madrigal. Peter, I'm a fan of the Blue Jays. Mets got to sign Gausman from Matty D. I mean, I have a video coming out for Scherzer and talk about the importance of another ace at the top of that Mets rotation. So I agree with you on that. CC Gaming, you could see the Tigers signing John Gray. Maybe. 12 likes away from 200. Can we get there? Can we go from 188 to 200? Is anybody that hasn't used your like yet, if you didn't use it before, now 10. We're 10 away from the number. Also want to put up my socials, guys. I also do that Twitter thing. So find me on Twitter if you're down on Twitter, and Twitch, because I do plan on when the lockout inevitably happens, there could be some streaming on Twitch with some MLB The Show. So make sure to like and subscribe. 207 jumped it. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. And again, I have my socials up. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, I have a rule here. If you follow me while we are streaming live, I will follow you back. Do you think Mariners could go sign one of the other big shortstops with Semien off the board? I totally do. 100%, 1,000%. I think they're going to be in the mix. I think the Mariners will either land Story or Chris Bryant. That's my feeling. Oh, and who do you think is most likely contender for a Semien replacement? Well, I think they'll either make a trade for Chapman. They'll make a trade for J-Ram potentially. Maybe they go out and they get in on the Chris Bryant sweepstakes. Dylan, I don't know if anyone's going to get Ketel Marte away from the Diamondbacks. I don't see it happening. I would be surprised. The Diamondbacks, I think, still have a belief that they can win. They kept their coach, the manager. They seem unwilling to part with Ketel Marte, their best player. I don't see it happening. Let me see. I think I see a few of you following me on Twitter, so I'll follow you back. Thank you again. Appreciate that, guys. Gausman, there is a pick attached to Ray. There is. Rangers better not get Gallo back. That's the surprising thing about the Rangers is, they traded away Gibson. They traded away Gallo. Gallo, a Gold Glove defender. I know he strikes out a lot, but we've seen him at his peak. We've seen him do really well. So to now get into a rebuilding mode when Gallo, it's surprising. I'll just say that. It's surprising. Thank you again, guys, that are following me over on Twitter. I'll follow you back. Dredgen, you think the Jays are going to be third place team in 2022? If they don't replace Marcus Semien, that American League East is going to be tough. You could be the third place team in that division, still make the playoffs, still win the World Series, still have over 90 wins. So third place team in the American League East, Doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing. Gavin, who do I think will be the next player to sign? I guess I'll put my money on Gausman. I think Gausman is a closer signing than Scherzer. We know those two are going to be soon. So that's my feeling on that. I think I'll go with Gausman. Seems to have calmed down a little bit. Here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to bounce. I'm barely holding it together as it is. I'm going to be uploading my what's his name? Max Scherzer video. My Max Scherzer video, as soon as I hop off here, I'm going to upload that. That was something I was working on before the Semien deal broke. Make sure to hit that like on the way out. Subscribe. Stay close to the channel. Hit the alerts because when stuff like this happens, we go live. Dylan, I don't think so. I don't see that happening. So make sure to subscribe. Stay close to the channel. Hit the like on the way out. If baseball is your thing, this is a great place for you to be. Marcus Semien to the Rangers. We put a bow on it. It's a good deal for the Rangers as long as it's not the only deal. They need more players. They need to go out and get at least one more bat, and they also need 2 pitchers. So we put that Spartan Mike, maybe. So they need to make some moves. They need to continue. This maybe gets some motivation, encourages some other free agents to come over so we see what the Rangers will do. But ultimately, a good move for the Rangers. The Blue Jays still have other options. It is not all over for the Blue Jays, but we will track and we will see what they do next. Again, hit the like on the way out. Let's see if we can get to 250 on the way out. Hit the like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already and you just finding the channel. I will be back again. I got a Scherzer upload coming as soon as this thing is done. We'll be watching all the other big news. When the big free agents sign, we come on live. We'll do it all over again. Guys, thank you for hopping in. Thank you for supporting the channel by hitting the like and just being here. I appreciate that. I truly do. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I will talk to you again, I have a feeling, very soon.